to this is we're approaching literally in 4 minutes is 48 hours since we got our second Pfizer vaccine.
Yeah, high five.
So how are you feeling? What was your process? How did that all go?
Yes. So we went Monday at 2 p.m. and we were, I was pretty anxious because I kept hearing from people that the second dose was going to be the one with more side effects. This is what's so interesting about this entire experience. Sometimes you just can't listen to all the mumbo jumbo going on because I got so into all these different stories that, maybe you'd see on TikTok, you'd hear from friends. I heard a lot of really good ones, but then you also hear some that are like, oh yeah, I got so sick. And so I was just very anxious about that because the first shot, no symptoms at all. My arm was a little sore. I was a little tired. But we go in and we get it, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, oh my gosh, because you went before me, but we'll get to that in a minute. And they put us in observation for 15 minutes, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, you're fine. You already had this in you. But then when you're done, at least for me, it was very much like, okay, now I got to wait 24 hours to 48 hours just to see what's going to happen. And so every hour, I'm already a very anxious person. So for me, I was just sitting there going, oh my goodness, what is going to happen, hour by hour. Then as the hours started to go on, I was feeling great. Honestly, really, really good. And then later that evening, my arm started getting a little sore, but I kept doing these exercises. I'm not kidding you guys. If you get it, do this. It helps so much. And I slept really well. I woke up the next morning, no symptoms. Arm was a little sore. I've heard some people had really sore arms. I didn't. It was sore, but I don't feel anything today. And last night I slept 11 hours, which I wanted to let my body sleep because I just knew there's just a lot going on, a lot of stress going into it. Just let your body rest. And today it's been 48 hours, you said?
Yeah.
And I feel great. So what was yours like?
Yeah, mine, what you mentioned the first time for me, my arm was incredibly sore.
Uh-huh.
To the point where my very first shot I got when I went to bed that night and I rolled over in the middle of the night, it shocked me because I was like, ow, it hurt, the soreness, but that only lasted for 24 hours and then the soreness went away. And then I was just jet lagged, the same exhausted feeling.
You had that this time?
That was the first time.
Oh, the first time.
And then it went away and I completely even forgot I got it. After 48 hours, I was back to my life, never thought about it. And then we just got our second one 2 days ago. So I was like, okay, now I'm back in this. But the first day, what we did differently is that my parents were coming the first time the next day. Mm-hmm. So we were cleaning and working and scrubbing and breaking our bodies down. We worked. We probably did 20,000 steps, just running around the house cleaning. And I was dead. Uh-huh. And I think it's because I got the shot and I was vacuuming the car out and I worked. So this time on our shot, I got it and I just relaxed and I never felt tired the first day.
Yep.
Just went to bed. My arm wasn't that sore. I was able to sleep on it this time. Yep. So I was like, oh, that's not a big deal at all. And then on Tuesday, the day after, I was definitely tired. I can tell that today, now that I've woken up, I'm 95% me.
Yeah.
I was 65% me yesterday, energy level. But the other thing that I noticed that I thought was a canker sore or something, because I've gotten those in my throat, when my parents were here and I was going to bed at night, I remember feeling it wasn't a sore throat, when you have in your tonsil area, when you have an infection sore throat. This was I swallowed a golf ball or something. There was irritation in the lower throat.
Yeah.
And I thought I had a canker sore down there or something. I don't even know if that's medically possible, but I was like, what's down there that I'm swallowing and it hurts?
Yeah.
And I thought it was just some canker sore. I never thought anything of it. After 6 or 7 days, it went away. And I never thought about it again. And then last night around 10 p.m., I swallowed and I go, hey, I have another canker sore. That's weird. And then I started thinking, well, wait a minute. This was happening right after the shot and now it's happening again and I just forgot about it. So I don't know what's going on here. It's not a bad thing. It doesn't hurt. It's just, I'm aware that when I swallow, and that lasted a few days last time. So I don't know what that is, but it's not affecting my life. It's just, I don't know.
I read though that some side effects, and it's harmless, is that your lymph nodes can swell up because that's just your immune system responding to it. Some people have even gotten it in their armpit on the actual arm that they got the shot. And so there are just a lot of different things that can happen because, your body's oh, whoa, let me fight this off. But at the very least, at least you weren't like super sick. You know.
Yeah, I definitely feel that I felt it a little yesterday where I like dipped and got tired, but
Right.
after I slept too, like I crashed.
Yeah, we
I mean,
both
I
did.
crashed last night and just slept like a baby, and I woke up just feeling like amazing, and I craved coffee, and I was like, okay.
You're like, I'm good. So quick.
And then what you were saying too about the what you're hearing about the vaccine is that the reason that I felt the need, because we share everything.
Yeah.
I just wanted to share my experience without the attachment of whether you should or should not get it.
course.
I just wanted to share with everyone who listens or watches or whatever we do, just like this is what went on, whether it was interesting or not.
Yeah.
I just think that is important because most of the time when people are sharing, they have a motive or a purpose of wanting to prove that it's safe or prove that it's a hoax or whatever you want to say about it. And we're only going to hear those stories because it's attached emotionally. Like if we drive every day to and from work or you go places and you never tell your family how the drive was, but if you saw a 27 car pileup, you would say that story,
Right.
even though there's millions of cars driving every day that make it safely. So you're only probably going to hear the over the top, like, I promise this is positive, and the over the top, like, this person got real sick.
Sure.
So I said, well, what about the in-between people who are just like kind of doing it and it just is what it is? So that was our reasoning for sharing it. Whatever people want to do. You want to get it or don't want to get
Yeah.
it. We have people in our family who have gotten it and people who haven't,
Yeah.
people who won't. So I'm like, hey, whatever people want to do, the information's out there, do your research. But for us personally, I didn't want to do it, but we did it. I'm glad it's done. And now I'm excited just to go live my life. And that's why we're like going down to Boca this weekend. Your parents have gotten here and we're seeing them. And it's just so nice that, we're still going to participate in wearing a mask when we're in public, which is no big deal. You're in a store for 15 minutes.
Right.
But everywhere else, I'm getting together. I'm living my life. I'm back. I'm going to travel. We're going to go see your grandma. We're going to go
Yeah.
as soon as our 2 weeks
And
is
all
up.
these others have been vaccinated as well. That's why.
Yeah.
Like if my grandma didn't, if she wasn't vaccinated, that would be, for me, a whole nother situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So gotta be safe, do your thing. But yeah, it's just our experience. We're always speaking our truths, what we're doing. You guys
Yeah.
we're very open and we always like to invite people to come along for the ride. So that was just our experience. And luckily it was really great.
And let's just hope that that this doesn't become a yearly thing. I'm not looking forward to that. I really hope
But
that there's
even if so,
I know,
it's-
but it sucks. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but it's inconvenient in the sense that you're, if you have to go, it's not a big deal, but you are down. It like messes with you for like 48 hours, not in a bad way, some people, but even if you're like tired, like I don't want to be tired, but the result of safety makes it worth it.
Of course.